you. It is the new moon, and that does mean dark. So I was in another platform thing here, chatting with you, trying to figure out why it wouldn't go live. And then it started telling me you can't comment on here, but go to the video and comment. And it took me into like yesterday's call. So we are here and clearly at the right moment. And there you are, my darling. And so I'm super excited to be here with you for the new moon and the Lunar New Year. And we will be again together tomorrow because, trying to get over here, because today is when we celebrate the actual new moon. And tomorrow is when we celebrate the Chinese New Year, or the beginning of the year of the dragon. So we've talked a lot about that, and we will be diving and playing with the dragon spirit medicines and everything tomorrow. But today is about the new moon, and today is about, I've got to clean my glasses. I keep looking because I know I brought the cleaner with me. So today, when I was tuning into the energies, because I don't create things based on my big brain. I don't go, I'm going to do this. I am always in a flow in my life between the working with the clients and the students and the mastermind, the new mastermind that's forming, and these, or the retreats, or suddenly Greece appears. I'm in the flow of the present moment to see what's appearing for me. And the same thing for what happens to your body. So I received a sting this morning that is swelling up pretty badly on my leg. And I've taken several pills, and I'm doing my energy work to extract the poison, but I have an issue with that. And I probably would have done a shot, which Chris has to do, and I may when we're done here. So that is, though, a message. That is one of the messages that's coming through for me on the new moon. So you want to pay attention to everything that's happening to you, as instead of being something that's annoying or frustrating, or you perceive in your way, or good or bad, that it's all medicine and it's all messages. And in the new moon, we are in the dark. So when we walk in the dark, what I mean by that is we're walking along moment by moment in our time-space continuum. This is a time now that we put a little clock on, right? And it gives us the ability to stay focused here with a linear process, right? However, it's just an illusion. It's just an agreement, right? The illusion of time. So one of the most important things is to understand that you're multidimensional. That means you're not your body. You are in your body, and appreciate your body. I went for a walk this morning with my beloved. I love holding hands and walking on the beach. We weren't there at dawn, which is my favorite, but early this morning. And because of the new moon, the tide is very far out, which I love. And so we got to walk way out and walk on a sandbar, and rescued a couple of starfish and found some coral that broke off in the big storm. It was still red, still soft, not alive, but still, drying out. And big shells, other fun stuff like that. However, my thing was, I always walk and understand that my soles of my feet are touching the ground. And I've learned this through goddess traditions, through Native American traditions. What's wrong? I'm not. Okay. Why not? Okay, well, come look. Says I'm live for 4 minutes now. Live. Stream.
Okay.
Let's see. Hi, anyone see me?
I have you on the TV and it still says waiting.
Okay. Let me, if 4 minutes is too long of a delay. So it says 13 people are watching. Does anyone see me? Oh, yeah, they said it's fine. It's fine. Okay. That was my honey. He's watching on the TV, checking for, because my Donna doesn't work. My assistants don't work on Friday. And so thank you, sweetie. It's good. Okay, good. Better than me yammering on for an hour and everything. So, well, hi. Um, now we left the cat in. So you're going to have to go sit down, honey. Wow, we're in the dark, as you can tell. So anyway, I got a bite today. It's communication. Pay attention to anything going on. Be aware that you are in the dark, which means energetically that you can't see or perceive everything that's there. And of course, dark isn't bad, but the shadow work is really important. And we're going to start doing moon workshops, like cycles for the new moon and the full moon. Shadow work and light work for either of those things, because we do the shadow work organically and naturally by being present in our lives. And now I have this thing burning on my leg, and it's not the discomfort, it's the potential. It has the potential, to kill me, put me in the hospital, spread. I have to pay attention to that. So it's distracting, but it is a medicine, literally, because it's something injected something in me. And I know kind of what it probably is. And what is true for any energy that comes into you, whether it's literally injected into you by an insect, or I'm going to go let my cat out. I apologize. Oh, cuckoo, cuckoo. You know what I'm going to do? Okay. Wow. 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 So everything is speaking to us. So let's move on now. What it's 12:22. 12:22. Thank you. Now we are at the right moment to start everything we're doing. So listen to everything happening to you as guidance, as doorways opening, as freedom or liberation from where you are, as answers to what you're most focused on, and also as reflections to what you're carrying most. So if you're living in a lot of fear or confusion, so on and so forth, that energy is in you. That's what you're emitting. That's what you're putting into the world, giving to the rest of us, and then what is reflected back to you, because you cannot see everything. It's not possible. So your conscious mind is very small, and it needs to focus. And so all the filters in the subconscious and in the fears and in the beliefs and in the chakras and in the mind and in the emotional body and in the aura and everywhere, including where your DNA is currently switched to, are determining what you perceive, what comes back to you. You're determining the energy you're putting out, and it's determining what you're allowed to see. So in the prosperity magic class and all the prosperity classes that we're going to be doing this year, this is about how do you prosper. And if you are understanding the energies, like we did the spiritual weather report yesterday, and I would really appreciate the feedback, you guys. Thank you. So this is Akasha. Hi, Nana Akasha, if you're new here. And we're going to do today our meditation. So I do a meditation almost every week. So make sure you tune in or subscribe or get notifications or get on the list. And what we do this for is I just can't stop myself. Okay. I'll tell you the truth. And, it's so important. I'm constantly consuming this energy, relating, communicating, like, what's this about? Okay. And venom is very interesting because it's poison to you because the frequency is higher. I can feel my whole leg vibrating. It's going up into my hip now. It's going like this. And I need to go turn on some vibrational medicine. I haven't gotten to it yet, but I usually go in, turn on my Rife machine, and I have different presets for frequency. I put my hair or my DNA in there, and it sends directly to me things for ant bites, things for detox, things for, whatever else I need for this. So it's fairly common. I have a lot of different tools that I use, and I'm not mad at it. I'm interested in why. I'm interested in what it's saying. All right. So I've managed to not have anything really bad for a while, and I do have the medicine if I need it. So whatever it is for you, that feels like it's dangerous or toxic, whatever feels like it's, it could be life-threatening. I am getting the shakes a little bit here. However, it could be more like distracting, annoying, depressing, make you procrastinate, make you not trust yourself, something along those lines. So, okay, so we're going to dive in, and we are going to have the opportunity now to connect to the Mayan grandmothers. So I have to say that I haven't connected to a grandmother type of energy or lineage, or I don't know, it's been in a lot of the things, because when you do work with different Native American or different shamanic traditions and stuff, there is a respect for the sacred feminine and for the elders. And we traditionally relate the idea of a grandmother, just that term. Take out your personal experience. So if you don't have an experience, or you don't have a good experience with mother or grandmother, get the Heal the Mother Wound workshop in the shop. And then you can go past that, though. Go to the archetypical energy. Go to the essence. If something is an essence, like this peppermint essence, it's just the vibrational frequency of the personality or the essence of a mint that's been extracted from the body. The body isn't here. So you can keep extracting that, like in homeopathy, until you can't test any more physicality to it. And it's actually becoming stronger medicine because it's working with higher frequencies. It's working with the mind or the emotions or past lives, things that are at subtle realms that we don't typically operate at when we're in a conscious state. So I'm going to share some mint. So, when you have something that brings you up, maybe you like rose, maybe you have a certain candle or an incense. I have Palo Santo, white sage, bundles I make, copal, always burn it every day, burn it before this, create the temple a couple hours ago that we're in. And so our new moon temple is invigorating, is about understanding that the medicine, the wisdom of the ancients isn't that the ancients were better, and it isn't what we were taught is that we were better. We think we have all this technology, yet we have no clue how they built any of these pyramids, how they measured it, how they knew the exactness, the sacred geometrical measurements that are still standing after thousands and thousands of years, and they're even older than what they're willing to admit. And, some of the blocks in the pyramids weigh, ludicrous amounts. There's one stone in the King's Chamber in the Great Pyramid in Egypt that weighs 7 tons in the roof, in the ceiling. Like they can't even fathom all these silly things they used to teach us as kids. It's like a bunch of slaves used a bunch of logs and rolled them. You're like, oh, give me a break. Okay, we're talking about frequency. We're talking about vibration. We're talking about medicine. And that's what makes us timeless. And you live inside of a time-space continuum to organize your mind and your day. However, you can step out of that and be more in your timeless reality. You can move back through your own life. You can imagine when you were 3, or you can go into a meditation and remember something traumatic that happened or something wonderful that happened. And as you do this, you're attuning to the frequency of that moment. And that moment not being the moment that you're currently embodying, right here, you and I, hi. That moment is an observed moment that you can now see medicine, messages that you couldn't see when you were in it, right? So when you're in the trauma of being tortured, burned at the stake, killed, beheaded, betrayed, stabbed, having your heart broken, having your money stolen, whatever it is, all the traumas through time that we know about through story and everything else have all happened to us, both sides. And therefore, those traumas live within us in different agreements. This is the time in the new moon that you're in the dark, and that we have the Moon Maidens have been coming to me for probably about a year now, and they just started showing up during the moon meditations. I was like, oh, that sounds cool. I don't know what the Moon Maidens are. So I just allow them to be. I create the sacred space. I work on myself. I activate my light body. I clear and cleanse my space. I bring in the energies that talk to me. I listen to spirit. I do my best to interpret and live my life step by step to bring you what is important in the moment, to go the places that need the activation now that my purpose is about. I don't want to miss a single doorway. Thank you. So Prosperity Grandmother just brought me right back to where I started. And she said, I was walking on the beach this morning holding my beloved's hand. I was feeling the sand out on the sandbar, super, super soft, like white, soft sand, and seeing starfish, rescued a few starfish, just I bliss out. This is truly my bliss place. It's not for everybody. I know that. The vast skies, the sun, the sand, the sea, everything, the smell, the wind, the freshness. I saw yesterday a black butterfly. And I was telling somebody, with the winds we've just had, the huge storm we've just had, we always see butterflies, but the butterfly season is getting ready in another month or so to be like really epic. They come over the ocean. And this butterfly just appeared after I said, something about, we were talking about metamorphosis and the butterfly after the storm, and the metaphor for us having gone through everything we've been through in our lives, having gone through this last year, having gone through the pandemic, having gone through whatever. You've got your own thing that you're going through. I know you are. And you're coming through it and you're figuring it out on your way. When we come together like this, we tap into the ancient wisdom. The ancient wisdom that we tap into is the heart wisdom. And that has a deeper, more actually technical meaning than just like, oh, I'm sweet, I'm nice, okay? Heart energy is power energy, and it's soul brain energy. It's the brain of the soul. And the body and the other aspects of it bring in certain energies, have a role, and everything works together. You're here to now connect to other lives in your soul that are learning to connect to themselves, that are learning that their traumas do not mean what they thought they meant. What happened does not mean what you think it meant. It doesn't mean somebody betrayed you and you're terrible or they're terrible. It doesn't mean you're damaged. It doesn't mean you'll never recover. It doesn't mean whatever story that you've been living or believing, or you did and you've done your work, and we're all shedding this shit a lot, right? So we're moving forward. And what we want to do now is to see, to understand, to realize that we're timeless. And the grandmothers of prosperity that came in for the prosperity magic class and are going to continue to work with us are becoming my primary guides. The grandmother energy started coming in the fall, and the solstice. I went to the Temple of Venus after Aphrodite came in, who's going to come back and be with us for Valentine's Day. And Aphrodite, Greek goddess of beauty and love, embodying that sacred feminine ability to fully embody, enjoy, pleasure, have your wishes, believe you can have them, receive them, be fulfilled by them, let them grow within you, be nurtured so that you can grow and prosper. All right. So the grandmothers are all about showing us we need a prosperous flow. We need the environment. We need the mindset. We need all of the things to cleanse, clear, and support us every step of the way. Then they can bring the wisdom and we can see it. But when we're in trauma, when we're spinning, when we can't stay focused, when we can't make a decision and then just step into the next moment, we have to make that decision and doubt that decision, or we have to listen to the cacophony of what I call the poor girl or the poor mind. And I used to be just inundated by all of that, and I'm free from it. Now, does that mean I have nothing left? Oh no, there's little things here and there. I still go through an emotional curve through the day. I am an emotional authority. However, connecting to the wisdom of grandmother energy, and I'm 63 now. I'm not technically a grandmother, but I am. And then knowing my blueprint and my makeup and my purpose and my mission and all the work I've done with the shaman, the earth, all the work I've done with the mystery schools, discovering that it's more important to me that I live my purpose and I am present in every moment. My brother-in-law is dying. He's had a lot of cancer on and off in his life, but he's 67. And 3 years ago, he collapsed with a tumor that broke his spine. And he's gone through 3 years of more chemo, radiation, and I don't even know what than I've ever heard of in my life. And he's still there, but recently became paralyzed from the waist down, and now is things are accelerating, and he's being moved into hospice. If you're familiar with what that means, you know what that means. So it's not like it's unexpected, but it is the next moment, the threshold. I knew this was happening. I mean, we all knew it was, but I mean, I knew because of different things happening in my chart about my family and my sibling house. These transitions are happening for you, and how you feel, how you take them in. Are you being knocked over and sabotaged and getting lost in the dark and being sucked into the shadow when you have, yes, thank you, I will do that. Grandmothers are here and talking by these kinds of things that happen in your life. We see things happen in the world. We see shootings. We see people die from what we call natural disasters or acts of God. We see war. We see lack of fairness. We see just all kinds of injustice. You see all kinds of things. There's plenty of things. If you want to be depressed, if you want to go into blame, if you want to be disappointed and get full of despair, there's plenty of that out there offering itself up. But it's food. And the food that you're consuming, even if you're consciously as being as committed as you can, right? Because that's why you're here, is, oh, I love you guys. Beautiful. Thank you. Oh, that grandmother energy. Is that you now have a next level responsibility in your spiritual maturity. It's sort of like we don't have time anymore to waste feeling sorry for ourselves or repeating patterns that we are never going to break unless we just pull up a part of us, anything. I'll tell you what I did for so many years. I kept asking for more clear communication. I kept stepping towards whatever door opened for me, not a million things, okay? Because back then there was no such thing as now. So be discerning. No, right now you're in the dark. Don't make big decisions today and tomorrow. Do the celebration. We're tuning in from rabbit and coming up with magic and power and bigness. How is that energy, as exciting as it sounds, going to fill you? And today you're planting the seeds of your soul, not just for the next 30 days, moon cycle, when there'll be a harvest, right? But for this year. Next year is the year of the serpent. It's a yin year, so it's feminine, but it's all about shedding. And we're going to be experiencing a lot of loss in the because like in a metamorphosis, the caterpillar has to turn to goo and have no form left. It can't still perceive itself as a caterpillar. It can't have legs. It can't have little munchy mouth or whatever, right? And so we are now in this year being offered prosperity. And the grandmother wisdom came in such a beautiful way, so organic through the oracle cards and the retreats and the grandmother tradition, women healers who are now coming to the March retreat. And just all of this is mind blowing to me because I didn't go say, I want this. I was open every step of the way to what was optimal for me. And when I'm in the dark, I respect it. I do my ceremony. I do my protection. I'm constantly tuning in. What is this energy offering to me? So the grandmothers today asked me to do a Mayan medicine magic meditation. And I'm very excited to see what that is because I don't know. However, you can see that I'm purple today. And that just happened about an hour ago. I had no idea. I came up and I was like, I think I'm going to change. And I was trying to feel into the new moon energy. And we've got the new moon in Aquarius. Okay. And we have Uranus energy, which is change, 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 awaken, awaken, awaken. Now. The Aquarius energy, right? This incredible expansion and innovation and this incredible expression of individuality. And this incredible connection to each other, as a whole, as a group, as a collective. So the age of Aquarius that they were singing about a long time ago is really here now. And we want to, if you have a birthday now, happy birthday. I'm doing birthday readings for Aquarians right now. It's very, 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 very fun because the energy that's up. I want you to understand square energy too. Grandmothers are ready to come in. They're kind of pinching my neck. So yes, but you told me yes. Okay, so we're going to call on Jaguar because Jaguar medicine I'm a Jaguar medicine woman now. Every time I say that, I feel a little twinge of like, and it's like they keep telling me, So the way I teach you to embody who you really are, let your gifts come up, stop being afraid of being persecuted, or whatever else, whatever form that fear might take. Because in the new moon, we plant seeds, but also what else happens in the soil, what happens in this deep womb-like place, composting, right? The old waste gets broken down and turned into food. And we have a built-in way of doing that. Our Earth Star does that. So Jaguar is going to come, and she is always, always a divine mother. She taught Maya, believed that she taught them how to live the human on the planet. She walks unseen, but sees everything. She sees in the dark. Dark means shadow, fear, pain, past, things you've hidden from yourself, things you've imprisoned, things you've rejected, things that you've been sworn to secrecy for. There's different levels of soul contracts that live within you. So in the Prosperity Magic Manifesting Mastermind that we're going to be doing starting in March, first time in years that I've done something like this, we're going to be learning these different aspects of magic. We're going to be working with the moon. We're going to be working with prosperity grandmothers. We're going to be working with your prosperity goals of how to nurture yourself more and use these allies. So when you walk through your shadows and you have a guide or you're given the vision of Jaguar, now you can see when somebody is betraying you or is holding fear, and you can decide whether you want to be around them or near them. You can see where you're holding yourself back or where you're blocking yourself. You can see and also navigate through, when you travel in a meditation, you're leaving your body, right? You're going to other realms. It does require some training and it does require some protection in that you understand how not to attract energies, bring back energies, or when you do come back, you cleanse yourself. And I'm going to teach everybody all of these things, how to keep yourself safe and cleanse yourself, how to prepare for big events in your body, in your space, how to become present in the moment. And this is all about the peaceful, powerful, prosperous present moment because we are the creators of our reality. So we're going to draw in. Now we also have square energy. When something is a square, it is blocking. It's saying it's a right angle, right? A 90 degree, astrologically. So we have the sun and the moon over these 2 days, each squaring. I mean, it's pretty amazing. And Uranus. And so what happens is that it's basically saying you can't keep going this direction. The road is flooded, right? You have to take action. It's an obstacle, and you don't know how it's going to show up in your life. Could show up right now, but I can tell you over these 2 days, as you go into the new year, if you run into some blocks and you get frustrated or annoyed that your plans aren't moving forward, stop and take a breath, because all of these energies are for your highest good. So it's like source or your soul putting up a detour sign and going, just don't go that way right now, go this way. Okay. And as you go this way, now you're going to have the ability to see new doors and find new mentors and connect to new magical things, and things will begin to manifest, which means you'll see them because you're at a different frequency, or you're looking in a different direction than what you have been doing. And it also is one of the words that came to me as I was tuning into the squares, hidden, intense. Yeah, a redirection. I like that idea of a redirection. But what I really loved was it helps you evolve and change, but this idea of unlock. I don't know if other people talk about that, but the square energy told me today, I help unlock you. And that's like unlocking you from something you've been attached to. So go ahead as we enter the meditation today to think about this, write down, or just allow it to come up within you. Give permission that the things that have been hidden, the things that you have been attached to, can be unlocked by this. And the squares, the things that come up in your mind, in your emotions, in your life, in your finances, whatever, if it feels like, oh, this is the greatest thing, and then a block happens, right? Then don't go into a reaction of negativity. This is where your power lies. What do you choose in each moment? Are you going to take the high road? Well, that actually means take a higher state of consciousness where you don't get attached to the drama and you don't make it mean something that it doesn't mean. As a creator, you get to choose what it means. And if you're in the dark in the new moon, you might be running into things, or you might not see everything, and you might not sense everything. And there's a reason for that. Maybe you need to just sit. Maybe you need to rest. Maybe you need to have a peaceful power moment. Okay, a prosperity power moment, we're calling it. We're creating these prosperity power moments where we can tune in to the senses of that moment. Okay, good. All right, so who is... Yes, that's you. Okay, got it. So when I did the oracle cards, I did a ceremony. I've been designing oracle cards for years, and it's been very difficult to get them printed and all that. So it's never really come to fruition. Many different versions. And these started coming through again. All the different aspects of the art and Chris and me and so on aligned in November. And so I did several ceremonies, and every day I called in the divine, sacred, feminine energies that wanted to come to us, that wanted to communicate with us, that had what was relevant for us at this time in our evolution. And then I began to channel just whatever's coming to me and telling Chris, oh, make me something this, make me a grandmother that, maybe this and that. And then it all came out. We went back and forth. We added some symbols. And then I channeled information for the name of them and the basic energy of them. And this all happened in such flow over such a short period of time, technically, that I didn't really take time to think about it. And I had it in the back of my head now, well, now I'm going to have to go back and sit down and think about it with my logical mind, because I'm sure it's not right? I have to go spend more time and work harder at it. And what started to organically happen is these different guides started to come forward in different classes, come forward in different live streams. And they're starting to speak to me, starting to work with me, and they're coming to life, and they're telling me who they are. And that's what I knew was going to happen, but it's happening in an organic way, rather than me sitting down and say, okay, today, who wants to speak to me? And then I look through here and I go, oh, okay. The overlighting Deva of healing wants to speak to me today. And then I sit down and meditate with her. And there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, I encourage you to do that with cards like this. And yet it was the other way around. I became the open channel. I opened the container. I made the invitation. And then I waited and I allowed it to come. And then I allowed it to unfold. And I allowed the information to birth within me over time rather than wanting it on a schedule. So manifesting this year is going to shock you. It's going to pop and it's going to knock you down and it's going to open up and then it's going to shut because you're in growth pattern. And it's new growth and it's creative growth. So the more creative you are, the more you'll use the energies up. Right now, we're starting the new Lunar New Year in the earth, in with our soul seeds. And I will share with you now. Let me see if I can find something here. See, I can. Will that open? No. Okay. So I have a better way of showing you this card that has now revealed herself to me today. So we're in the dark when we started this. I was in another room chatting with you, trying to figure out why I wouldn't go live. And then I had to go, I had to see some signals, right? And then come and find this room and we connected through the ethers. So we had the cat come in, we had this and that. Chris couldn't see me. So we're definitely having this, we're walking around in the dark energy going on right now, which is why we don't try to run at top speed in the dark either. During a new moon, we want to nurture and kind of nest a little bit, depending where you are, how that feels to you. And so this is the Mayan grandmother. And again, this is how I love to live life in an intuitive flow as much as possible, of course, because we have the possibility to connect to what's happening in the moment versus what was happening X amount of time ago. All right. And that energy can speak to us in such a powerful way that, okay, there you are. So I'm going to share with you the 3 grandmother cards that came through, 3 out of 18. So it's a pretty high number. And it really wasn't the intention. A lot of the ones I wanted didn't end up working out yet. But again, that was like me letting go of, I really want a mermaid, or something, which I do. And wouldn't happen no matter what I did. So these grandmother energies started to speak to me. They've led us into places where they show that they're not only timeless, so they're drawing from timeless energy. They are ageless. So one class, they appeared as maidens, and I'm like, your grandmothers? And they're like, oh my gosh, you don't get the time thing? You're able to time, to move through time and space, and you can be whatever you want. Basically. Now, of course, as you're walking around in your physical body and stuff, don't require that of your body to have to, right? Be 18 again. All right. Manifesting that is a whole different idea. All right. So let's go ahead and take a peek at this. I know, I can't wait for the cards too. Unlocking the attachment. Wonderful to think this way. Exactly. So the square, I love that because squares tend to be frustrating, right? When something's square. So remember, the moon is your sacred feminine, your wishes, and your flow, and the sun is your self, and it's that big self. It's ego self, but it's also a soul self. It's the blueprint of the self, and it's life force. It's like the sun. And so you have these two sides, both yesterday and today, squaring something that wants massive change. Change now, change now, change now. So if you feel like you're bumping into things that you need to think about, could you change how you approach it, how you do it, all of that. So I need to shut up now. Loving the purple. You're welcome. Yeah, so the purple came in because I was asking about the moon, and that's not what I expected, but Tiffany, I'm sorry about your brother-in-law. My best friend's prognosis was changed to 6 months to a year and no longer curable. It must be part of my soul contract. Yes, and I've been doing healing work for 38 years, and my daughter died, and I've lost a ton of shit and money and all the rest of it. So, I've been through a lot of things, and I don't belittle death. I understand it. Understanding it helps me stay from the deep states of grief and regret. And having been in the deep states of grief and regret and not caring if I lived, it gives me a perspective that allows the freedom from fear of death and yet respect of it. It's an epic opportunity. Do everything you can in your power, even if it's from afar, energetically, emotionally, to send love and whatever else, forgiveness, love, acceptance, divine roses to those in transition and the ones around them, because it's an opportunity for the soul to make a massive quantum leap. And it's interesting that my brother-in-law, I don't know, I could get a call in any moment. Let's just put it that way, right? And it's the new moon. It's dark. It's a great time for people to slip out. It's a very sacred time. It's a time of new. So leaving the body and planting the seed of your soul into the ethers, into the Akasha, into the transition to what's next. Where does that soul go from now? The death experience is so profound that it can quantum leap you from wherever you got to in your life, just in that one experience. So support people who do that. Doesn't mean you have to be there in person. So I'm not there in person for him. However, I don't feel sorry. I feel love. I feel respect. I feel, thank you. I love your hair too. Happy new moon. Good morning, Jen, Sylvia. We've been having fantastic results with castor oil for topical issues. Very nice. Oh yeah. Okay, good. So I know I got to get these cards out, don't I? So when something happens that's perceived as bad or sad, if just what I was talking about, from my sting to someone dying or how they're dying, it's more how the dying happens to me. I didn't want to experience pain, or I don't want my loved ones to experience pain, yet I don't want to take away their soul's opportunity for going through the process, because that's their gift. So I don't choose for them to be saved, and I don't choose for them to die. I hold what is optimal for them in my space and bring in the love, bring in the grandmothers now and whatever, and the wisdom. So let's get back to grandmothers now. Let me show you. First, we will look here. All right, so I hope that you are seeing my screen. And so this, okay. So out of the oracle cards, these three, there was a lot of ones we made that I just rejected hands down. They were not embodied with anything I wanted, and we just moved on. And these three came out of me asking for one grandmother, wisdom keeper. And this is the one that started to work with me primarily. And this is who is leading our classes right now. And these are a circle of grandmother. They call themselves timeless, ageless dreamweavers. And they call themselves prosperity grandmothers. So we had a lot of conversations about why. And they said timeless magic, grandmother wisdom, eternal prosperity, source, manifesting in flow. We are timeless. We stand outside of time. We see the energies flowing through. We move the energies, and out of them come the sacred symbols, the sacred portals, the sacred forms, and ways to create life. We are the eternal creators. We are the ones that have created, and we are here to show you how to remember this is who you are. This is one who hasn't really come forward yet. It told me that this was ancestor magic, and I have a feeling we're probably going to work with it a little more. But this is the one, so these three, that is the beautiful divine grandmother we're going to work with today. And this is a Mayan grandmother that I have never worked with. So I love this intuitive work because I never would have thought in my mind, I would have said, well, let's call Ishel. She's the moon goddess of the Maya. She's my cat. She's my house. She's my beloved. And of course she's here. So we want to acknowledge the beautiful Ishel. However, the grandmothers wanted to do this with us today. So I just want you to take a moment and tune into her. I do not know if I'm going to say the name right, but her name is Shmuan. Shmuan. And she is like the original, one of the original grandmothers of the Maya people, bringer of the corn or maize, which is, they consider people, corn, tree of life type of energy. You can see that what she told me, I didn't even know I was talking to her when I brought through the information for the title, and the energy was reclaiming ancient future wisdom. So it's not that ancient or future is better. They have to come together within you. And then the multiverse, understanding that there's so many worlds, there's so many levels that you want to go into, the ones that are relevant for creating. They are here to help us become creators again. And they're holding their wisdom keepers and wisdom circle keepers that you've been a part of that are ready for you to awaken to that wisdom. The wombs of creation. So in one of our prosperity magic classes, this grandmother came in, and I still didn't know her name until this morning. And she came in at the end of our manifesting process and took what we had manifested, cleaned away, created, manifested, and put a womb of creation around it, like she is here. These circles that she's creating from the energy with her hand, with her intention, with her heart. You see they're coming from the heart, or they're in the heart chakra center. She's moving them. They're like water, but they're also like mist. They're like portals and dimensions. They're like deep vortexes. And she said, no, they're wombs of creation. And we put them around what you are here to create. So this is who we are working with today. And I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you for being here, and for speaking to me, for being here and speaking to us all. And now we're going to go over here. Let's see, I think I have to go back here. Sorry, I have to do this again. I don't know how to switch. There we go. Now I'll go over here and we will see. We'll put her there. Good. Okay. All right, darlings. Says I'm sharing. So we're going to go into our new moon Mayan meditation here in a second. And if you're on my email list, this is from the email that the Moon Maidens asked to guide us in this beautiful moment on the doorstep to the new dragon moon, the year of power and prosperity. This is a new year. It's a big change. The energies are going to be different. And these maidens have been brought forward, the ancient Mayan moon maidens of heart, medicine, and magic. Then, interestingly enough, it went from the moon maidens, and these are dark moon maidens. Not that dark is bad, but when the moon maidens first came through, they're all glowing white in these gowns, all holding their hands like this, holding an orb like a full moon, glowing white, all lined along this kind of riverbank, curving way beyond and coming and giving us these orbs. So this was the first experience last year with the Moon Maidens who organically came in. And I haven't yet seen the Moon Maidens of the new moon, the dark moon, the no moon. And so they came in and they were black. And then I saw that black butterfly. So that was another part of that. So having lived here for 8 years now, I find this place to be warm, full of wonder and magic, a deeply felt love through the heart. I've had many Mayan lives and many, many ceremonies. I've become friends with all kinds of Aztecs, Mayans, and we do the ceremonies in these places, and I'm constantly finding new ones, and new magic and medicine is being revealed to me. And there's a lot of pain everywhere on the planet. There's a lot of people being tortured or conquered or controlled, whether within their own culture or by other cultures. And these places can hold both of those energies. So what we're doing is we're able to go in and say, I have a pure heart and I'm committed and aligned to the truth, not the past, not the pain, not recreating, not worrying about what was there. I want to carry the traditions of love and beauty. And I find that in the people I've become friends with here, they take this it's so important to them to do a ceremony for us that includes us, that we come and we're interested in the culture and the tradition, that they're able to live. It's more important to them than making money to do this job of bringing the ancient cultures alive, the ancient wisdom alive, and aligned with me, the one from the heart. So many, many retreats that I've done here. The first two, we went to a particular site. We were able to go to the top of the pyramid before people came, all these things we can't do right now. And then everybody was given a Mayan taxi. It's a little guy with a bike that, for two people to sit, and he'll take you all through this enormous jungle site to see any pyramid you want. And he said, you've got an hour, 2 hours, whatever. And we all went off and ended up at the same place. We all had a past life memory of being there together in a school. It was the same temple that I'd had a past life memory with my partner when we first moved here of being Mayan brothers and medicine men and magic and learning and being very naughty and breaking into the school at night and playing with, going to different realms and playing with magic and playing with moving through different states of consciousness until he died. He tried spells or something to breathe underwater, got stuck out in the lagoon underwater, called to me. I went to him in my spirit body, and I had a full memory of, this is why past lives are so important. So come to the Sacred Soul Power class starting next week or in about a week. And it makes me so emotional to this moment because the love that I felt for him in that life was different and yet even more powerful than the love I feel for him in this life. And I stayed there with him under the water as he died. And we held each other's arms. We looked into each other's hands and we said, we will be together again. We will be together again. We will continue this. And here we are. That changed so much for me in the belief, in the knowing, to have that experience, to go to the site. That's why you go to these places, because wow, right? And then to know that we have a mission beyond that. There was a lady that had a professional camera, was walking around taking pictures of us. First time we arrived there, everybody was feeling like pain and fear and blood and like, oh my God, we have to heal this temple. So I sat down, immediately left my body. Everybody else sat down or stood around and started to tune in to do cleansing and energy work. And I was taken into another time. I was walking around the temple, was clearing old energies. And when we came back and shared over lunch, everybody had experienced something different in the same experience. We were in a mystery school where you went through tests. And as a group, we all passed except one person who was a woman who was there, who was pregnant and very young, first-time mother. She was there with her husband on the retreat. And she felt sick. She started to faint as soon as she got near the place. Some people felt the pain and the loss and everything. Some of us felt the power, the wisdom. So we were each tuning into that other time, that other power, that other life in a different way. Then, and I apologize, I don't have the pictures. The pictures we saw afterwards was, I'm like, sitting there like, totally left my body. Some people are sitting around me. Some people are standing. And it was like photo. Like she's just clicked and it took all these photos. And it was just normal. All of a sudden, boom, these green spheres appeared around me and somebody else. And then boom, the next one. And these are like click. more spheres and pink ones, and then bam, in one frame, 1 millisecond frame, this entire pillar of light, fuchsia light, bam, down right over me, right over us. And then boom, boom, boom. And the next few frames were that disappeared, but the spheres were still there, and then they started to fade. So what happened too was there was another picture she took after we got off of the pyramid. And there was a blue turquoise kind of color energy right on it. And I guess it was a video maybe, right in the center of this temple where we had been sitting and doing this work. And it was beating like a heart. And I took it and had Chris make it into a GIF so it repeats. And I called it the Mayan Blue Heart of Truth. And this is how I feel about this. This is how I want to offer it to you. This is how I bring this wisdom through. Don't be afraid of anything. Every tradition has its pain, its fears, its misunderstandings, whether we misunderstand what they did or they didn't have. They were wise in these ways and not very, wise in those ways. That's just the way it was. That's why we go in with the intention of extracting and drawing the wisdom that is optimal for us. So this is the true wisdom of the ancient Maya, is that they lived in their heart, and the ones that I connect with here now do the same. And the cacao goddess is a very powerful entity here. Cacao comes from here, which is the seed of which chocolate is made, and it is a very powerful healer, and it opens your heart. And it's a medicine that brings this grandmother, mother nurturing, and it's seed energy. So we really welcome and draw that in. Always have my cacao every day. Try to stay away from the dairy and the sugar. All right, so I want to introduce you to, like I said, I don't know yet how to say her name. I do know X is pronounced sh or s in Maya. So Ishel is IX. Sh, sh. So this is probably Shmuan. All right, so we're going to try Shmuan. We call on the sacred temple and the new moon maidens of the dark moon. We give thanks to the black butterfly that appeared here, showing us that our time to fly in the dark and the shadow is here, that this is part of our metamorphosis. This is part of us spreading our wings. We receive, allow, accept, and understand the messages that are coming to us in this dark transition into the new lunar year, into the year of the dragon. I enter this sacred space in reverence, presence, and love. Breathe yourself into this place between the worlds. In this sacred temple, the silver goddess ray and the gold god ray balance the energies, bring you what you need, extract what you don't. And the grandmother wisdom keepers, the watchers, the timeless, ageless dream weavers are here. They say that they sit in the dark moon. They sit in a circle, within a circle, within a circle. They say that they are like the seeds of a sunflower, close together, yet creating patterns and vibrations as one or as a grouping individually. They pulse between these states. And that as a wise one, in the phase of remembering, they honor and welcome you here, and they begin to transform this sacred temple as we move now into the Moon Maiden temple of the dark moon. Allow this to manifest around you. Look into this beautiful grandmother and close your eyes when you're ready. Allow this energy to come from this as an encoded, empowered frequency portal. The vibration and power of this image holds this wisdom, holds your creator energy, and is here to connect you to the multiverse. To assist you to plant the seeds in this space that will allow you to reclaim the most important powers of your soul, ancient and future wisdom. We call on and welcome this divine grandmother. We call you forward from this circle of grandmothers with great gratitude and open hearts. It is my divine honor to meet you, to know who you are, to feel so pleased that I've received this message from you today and am able to share with everyone the next step of us understanding you. We thank you for your guidance in this sacred moment as we walk in the dark, plant our soul seeds so that tomorrow the dragon comes and begins to help us build a new reality. We're ready to prosper, and we ask for your assistance in this new moon to release into your loving care all that past and pain. We are here for the Maya blue heart of truth. We are here for an infusion of our heart to the ancient Maya wisdom of the star portals, the understanding of the life force and the kundalini and the womb, the understanding of being the creator by seeing the sacred in all things, by accepting the wisdom that comes through the pain and the loss, and knowing that it is powerful and potent medicine. We ask now that this blue heart of Mayan truth awaken within our hearts. We give permission to all parts of us, in all times, in all places, to all lives. This is on offer to our ancestors, our lineages, to our village, to our land, to our home, to our jobs. We ask to overflow with this divine energy and open a willing recipient of this heart beating, bringing resuscitation and rejuvenation, breaking down the past, unlocking the self that grows, that wants, that creates, the self that wishes and receives and enjoys. I give permission to both sides of me now to honor the obstacles that are here and that are coming, to turn into the wisdom and the arms of this grandmother, Shmuan. Shmuan, Shmuan, dear grandmother of creation, we ask for your wisdom and your love. We wish to awaken within us this truth that beats in the heart of all temples, all pyramids, all sacred caves, and all roots of trees of life, in all rivers and cenotes. We ask for the ancient wisdom of the grandmothers, steeped in love, accelerating our healing. And we call to the ancient Maya wisdom. Wayaninin, mother, we are here. Wayaninin, mother, we are here. Wayaninin, mother, I am here. I am that I am, and I am here of pure heart and pure mind, ready and willing, open and receptive to receive this download in the dark. I surrender and I trust the sacred space. I ask to be held in my own womb of creation. I allow the wisdom keepers of the sacred grandmothers to reconnect me to the ancient and future wisdom within my very own seeds. The seeds that could not be planted until now, the seeds that could only grow with the year of the dragon. I'm now willing to allow this Uranus to unlock all that holds me shackled, all that has held me back, all the obligations, all the contracts and fears. In the dark, I need not know. In the dark, I surrender. In the dark, I softly am held. Gaia absorbs. Delphine drinks. All of the elementals lovingly cradle you, the fear, the shadow, the pain, the past. Jaguar, goddess, Ishel, robed in her jaguar pelt, her awakened serpent on her eye. She kneels over you, a beautiful maiden. She looks like the dark sky. She holds the lotus above your head. I am now here to bring you the magic and the medicine that you knew once. The maiden within you is ready to be freed. But this is a uniting. This is a remembrance of your eternal circle. You must remember that you are maiden, mother, and sage, that you are lover, worker, mother, father. You are creator, inspirer, designer. You are the dreamer of this dream that we share. Your heart beats true and blue. The Mayan blue with which was painted on the face, circling the eyes, dots creating patterns. You feel a pattern emerging on your face, on your forehead. The Mayan blue paint is emerging from within you, an ancient life or a medicine that's here to heal you. She touches your forehead gently as she looks at you adoringly. It is as if she is staring into a pond and you are staring back at her. She sees deeply into your shadow, and now you see Jaguar, Ekbalam. You see her standing above Ishel, looking at you, searing, looking through you, looking past you, looking into the dark, the shadow, the depths. You can feel her penetrating vision going deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. Now she is ready. Are you? Release, relax. It's time to plant this seed. This seed. Jaguar is the mother that guards your seeds of your soul. Grandmother prosperity is weaving over them, conjuring beautiful energies and symbols and pouring them into your seeds. Shmuan, the Mayan grandmother goddess, now surrounds you and your seeds and begins to weave, creating a universe, a womb of creation, and a multiverse around your soul's seeds. Receive, watch, and allow. She says, Shmokan, the mighty Maya grandmother goddess of time, creativity, and divination. Shmokan holds significant meaning because the power that I hold is the power over time. It is deeper than timelessness. It is no time. It is the ability to create time. I am the creator goddess, and I bring the creativity forward in you by freeing you from feeling trapped in time, attached to the past, worried about the future. I help to create this world the way that Gaia did in the Greek pantheon. And I am the divine grandmother of the Maya. I bring the prophetess forward within you because my power is also divination. And in this moment of darkness, in this moment of entering power, creativity, and growth, I am here to remind you, to remember you are a divination tool. I have the ability to perceive the past and the future, to give you guidance and foresight, to bless and bestow you by activating your senses and expanding your ability to understand and believe that you can use time on your side. Time is a tool, time is a structure. You build a bathroom, you use it for a particular reason. Time can be built, changed, and structured to suit the purpose of your moment. And the essential elements that create this world, the colors and the rays, the elementals, the first, all of it, all of us. I am here to bless you and to show you the symbols are all around you. Open your eyes, open your heart. Live from in here, knowing that the transmission, the downloads, the guidance, whatever you need is here. The knowledge and wisdom of all that you need to move forward is here. You, me, and Ishel. We walk now through this sacred moment together. Receive what I have given you. Receive this new heartbeat. Now feel all of this around you. Allow these beautiful gods, these goddess energies, these sacred feminine guides, any other energies that are optimal for you. This is the dark shadow moment. This is your opportunity to plant the seeds, knowing what you want or not, gifting them to these divine guides and allowing all of them to help you in releasing, blessing, thanking them. Surrender them. Surrender them. Surrender them with gratitude and trust. We give great thanks for this beautiful infusion of love, for this activation of a new level of wisdom and light in our hearts, connecting us to a lineage of divine, sacred, feminine wisdom, infusing us with the wisdom and timelessness, the understandings that we have forgotten of this ancient Maya tradition. We give thanks to our divine new moon maidens, this beautiful, complete circle from maiden to grandmother, reconnecting now. We are one. We are one with our past and our other lives in our soul. We are one with each other and each moment in time. We are one with the divine grandmothers and the divine pulse of life force that's new. We are one with this moment, this new year. Tonight I will nurture. Tonight I will drink this in. And in the morning I will wake up and I will see and I will know that this new blue heart of truth is beating within me as I get ready to receive the growth and the creativity, the magic and the power of the dragon year. I receive and give thanks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Namaste. May this circle be open yet unbroken, and the peace, the love, the prosperity, these blessings of time, cycles, creativity, and divination, the prophetess of this great grandmother, Shmukan. I accept the guidance and foresight. I accept the blessings. I accept the transmissions of knowledge and wisdom. I accept the love. Now, as you re-embody your body, you do not come back into the same timeline. Let her show you how to enter this new timeline. And let her show you that she has the womb of creation, the energy around you that will align you just to the energies that you require to bring your reality into this new timeline. You enter tomorrow a powerful moment, an exciting moment for your soul. For today and tonight, nurture and love yourself. Receive, give yourself pleasure and joy. Be soft, beautiful, and nurturing. And know that your seeds of your soul that you're planting for this year, whether you know or not, and you don't know all of them, I allow these seeds that are optimal for my highest good to be planted, nurtured, fed, and I'm ready and willing to do my part every step of the way. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Namaste, my loves, and thank you. I apologize for this interesting experiences we have, and yet how beautiful they all end up. So wonderful. Hi, Lucille. Well, don't worry, Lucille. We started late. We had all kinds of interesting things here in the new moon darkness. However, we have now this beautiful opportunity to really connect. I'm very excited, like I said, because what happens is I'm just going to go back over here and is now this life, this card has come to life and she's speaking, and I know who she is now. I was just putting her name on the back here, and is going to be working with us in new ways. So it's not Shmuan, like I said in the beginning, Mucane, and the X in Maya is pronounced Orsa, so it's Smukan or Shmukan. And I was blown away because honestly, I've not really paid attention or hear about her much. For that to come forward completely out of the ethers as this grandmother energy asked to do the moon. And now we have a new connection to this divine sacred feminine energy, and also to Ishel. So we want to honor her for always coming and always being here. And let me see. This is the Mayan blue paint that they were saying that they have this beautiful color of blue that they would paint, dots, usually spirals, and these different things that came forward from within us during that new moon meditation. It was very beautiful. This is an incredible ceremony where they reenact an entire thing where people train for 6 months to canoe in old heavy wooden canoes 26 miles to an island to honor Ishel. And this lady was chosen to represent Ishel. She comes in on a big throat. The snake on her head is just like in Egypt that they represents enlightenment. Okay, so here we are. And I just wanted to share with you to remember that if you want to come to the Mayan retreat and work with these kinds of energies, we have new sacred grandmother and other healers appearing now. There's a vortex of energy as we get closer to the March retreat. And it's the only one I'm doing like that this year. And I would love for you to come. So let me know. Also, we're going to Greece and another whole sacred awakening with grandmother and Gaia energy, with our Kundalini and our life force, with the dragon energies of this year. Lots of dragon energy in Greece and powers there. And this is the class that's starting next week. And this is where you're going to connect and have processes and ways to connect to other parts of your other lives in your soul that have similar wounds and fears that will get healed and then become an ally where you will share powers and wisdom and knowledge. So I am now, this is what we did. This is what we're doing tomorrow. This is what we're doing on Valentine's Day. This is what we're doing on the 20th. And this is what we're doing next week sometime, I think the 13th, where I'm going to do some readings. So I can feel the medicine from my sting earlier moving into my hands and my neck. So I'm going to go get my shot now from Chris, and I am going to thank you for being here with me, and I will see you tomorrow for a celebration. Hi, Jillian. Happy new moon. Wonderful retreat blessings. Much love. And Spirit Messenger, happy new moon. Ciao. Yeah, power and prosperity. Hi, Michael.